Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this brand new Farming Simulator 25 video with me, CWATTY, where I'm going to be jumping onto my multiplayer server today to have a look at a brand new mod map, which might help some players who, if you're a little bit like me, have been a little bit kind of like losing interest in the game over the last few weeks, especially playing the Giants maps, which are a little bit uninspiring. So yes, brand new mod map on my multiplayer server. I'm going to go in, give you a little bit of tour and let you see what the differences are. Okay. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, on the Riverbend Springs by Stevie map. Now, for those of you that know of Stevie and know of his mod work for Farming Simulator over the years and over the last several games in the series, typically at the beginning of each game cycle he starts out with a edit where he goes back and edits one of the Giants maps, basically just to teach himself what's changed in the game and in the Giants editor and things like that. But also because he typically isn't a big fan of Giants maps because they tend to waste a lot of space and a lot of area on the map. And they tend to be a little bit basic. So Stevie goes in and makes the Giants maps how I think a lot of us players wished the Giants maps would be when the game first comes out. So here we are on the starting farm on Riverbend Springs. And as you can see, the starting farm is much different than what Giants gave us. For a start, there's quite a lot of vehicle sheds storing vehicles and equipment. There's also quite a nice starting fleet of equipment, which we didn't get in the Giants version of the map. There's also a few little productions here on the farm with a stone crusher that makes and produces lime from the stones. We also have over here a placeable sugar beet chopper. So we've got the ability to chop sugar beets here at the farm. We have got a fertilizer maker machine if we want to make our own fertilizer, and we're going to need things like digestate, manure, slurry, water, and we have the option of producing solid or liquid fertilizer for ourselves. And there's also one here for making seed as well. Okay, so again, barley, oat, wheats, some liquid fertilizer, and you'll be able to make your own seed. Obviously, until you have access to those materials, you do also have a lovely buying station over here where you can buy your seed, fertilizer, lime, all your products that you need to run your farm. You can buy from here at a slightly higher price, obviously, for the convenience of having someone come and deliver it to your farm and keep these lovely silos filled up. We also have a lovely silo here on the map, which is a multi-fruit silo, which can store everything you can farm off your fields. Every single crop that you can harvest in the game, you can come and store it in this silo for use wherever you need it. We also have a water tank here that obviously supplies us with water for various things. And as you can see, we start with animal pens on our starting farm, ladies and gents. Stevie gives us a chicken pen with some chickens. We've got bees. We've got a pig pen with some piglets. Okay. We've got a cow pen over here. Cow shed. And we start with some cows. Okay. Very nice. We also have a sheep pen. But the sheep is the one animal we don't start with any of, but we can quickly buy some of those. And we'll have access to sheeps. Again, we've got some machines over here. These are some, this sprayer is one that we added in our multiplayer session last night for doing liquid lime spreading. Yes, liquid lime spreading, ladies and gents. Great little mod on the mod hub, that. And then we've got a sheep pen over here that gives us, obviously, sheep when we purchase them. And as you say, we've got quite a nice little fleet of vehicles. some fence, a massey, nice case harvester. We have got some other bits of equipment in some of these other sheds. So, for example, we've got our we've got our own dealership, by the way, here at the farm, where we can repaint, repair, customise all our equipment and sell equipment. We come in here, we've got our subsoiler and our field roller. In this shed over here, we've got our baler and our grass roller. And then finally, in the other little small shed over here, Stevie gives us all our grass working equipment. So we've got windrower, tedder, mower, another tractor, and in the back there, loading wagon. And then over here, again, we've got a few more little production machines. We've got a pig food mixer, TMR mixer, and a silage fermenter. And we've also got a lovely big bunker if we want to do manual silage making by dumping grass and chaff into the silage bin and compacting it and fermenting it that way. The only thing we as players had to add to the farm that wasn't included were the floodlights, because it did get a little bit dark working at night on the map, and trying to navigate around the farm at night time was a little bit difficult because of the lack of lighting. So much so that we actually had to open all the sheds up and turn all the lights on in the sheds to get access to some lights. But eventually I placed us some floodlights, and now at night it's a lovely well lit area. Another thing you'll notice as I'm just running around right now is Stevie has replaced and changed a lot of the trees on the map. He's got rid of a lot of the trees that I will say are not very useful when it comes to for like lumberjacking and making logs, and for people who like to get into logging and stuff like that. A lot of the trees are more that Giants put on the map are more decorative, and that when you start cutting them down, they just become a nightmare to deal with because it's all stupid branches and things. So Stevie's actually gone and replaced most of the trees on the map with the pine trees, the different pine trees, so they are much better suited for logging. Also, around the starting farm, as you'll notice, he's thinned out a lot of the trees. A lot of the starting farm in Giants map felt very boxed in and enclosed because there was just lots of trees everywhere. And Stevie's got rid of those, and as a result has been able to expand a lot of the fields, like the ones over here. So if we go into the map screen, ladies and gents, and show you the map, in Stevie's map you start with fields 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and fields 8 and 3 are grass fields. So you have 2 grass fields in your starting farm, and the rest are randomly generated on game start. So for example, field 2 was a field of wheat for us. Field 1, 4 and 5 had nothing planted on them. 6 is sugar beets, 7 is green bees. So yes, we're going to get into that. And basically everywhere, all the way around the map, Stevie has gone out of his way to remove a lot of the dead empty space that Giants have on the map, and instead enlarge and expand a lot of the fields. So there's more field space, there's more workable, practical, productable, area and land on the map in Stevie's map, and less just filler, waste, emptiness, decoration. He's also added a couple of areas, like this area here, above field 6 and 7, and also the one over here, plot 54, which are just flat concrete areas where you can place your own productions and placeables, which I think's pretty cool indeed. And yeah, everything else on the map is fine. Obviously, Stevie's not added any additional crop types yet. This is just simply a straight up edit of an existing map that Giants give us to make it more fun to play, more predictable to play on, and allow us to get quite heavily, you know, nicely involved. The only thing I don't like, again, and this is a Giants issue, why when I start on a map does every field need ploughing, Giants, especially a grass field? Feels a bit of a shame to have to dig that up to same with needs lime. Why do I have to put lime on a grass field? But hey ho, these are things we will have to work out in our multiplayer farming as we go on. There's our sheep barn. Like I say, you can see all our hot spots. So yeah, so nothing new in terms of crops, no new fruit types added, but quite a few lovely things changes. Obviously, full contract system is in place on the map as well. Like I say, these are our owned productions that we start with on the map. Nice little ones. And obviously we've got our animals as well. We've got our chickens. We start with 11 chickens, well, 10 chickens and a rooster. We have 30 piglets. We have 15 cows. And we have no sheep. So yes, it's a nice little map to start on. Like I say, the starting farm gives you, like I say, 8 fields to start with, which is a lot better than Giants, who only gave you 3. And you also get grass fields in your starting thing, which is great for doing your animals. Because again, with Giants map, they give you cows on the starting farm, but you have no cow fields. And I'm just doing a little bit of playing now, so I'm in the process of doing some stone picking, ladies and gents, of this field. This is the field 2, which we did harvest on multiplayer last night. It was a wheat field, so we got that harvested. There's a little place, there's a little construction area down there. And another reason I wanted to do this video as well today, this multiplayer, and show you the multiplayer, because for those of you that haven't played multiplayer yet, or haven't done a lot of multiplayer, you might not know, but multiplayer seems to have quite a few issues at the minute, which I'm hoping Giants are really going to, you know, fix. For one, we get absolutely 0 terrain deformation in multiplayer, which is really disappointing, because that was obviously one of the big things in the run-up to Farming Simulator Later 25's release. One of the big things in Giants' like promotion and marketing was ground deformation. First time, see your tyre marks, see your tyre treads. Tyres matter. Different tyre types, different tyre thicknesses have an impact. And unfortunately, for everyone playing multiplayer, you don't get to see any of that. What you do get to see a lot of is texture lag. A lot of texture lag in multiplayer, where it takes a while for the fields to change after you've driven over them. With the stone picker, it's noticeable. And with other machines and equipment, it's even more noticeable. I mean, for things like lime spreading is one of the worst, because you can literally drive a full row of a field and not see any lime behind you. You turn around to do the next row and you're like, I can't see where I've been. You start driving down your next row and you get about halfway down that, and then the row you've done previously then springs into life. And stuff like that is just, it's just so off-putting, and that's one of the reasons why in the last couple of weeks I've struggled to play Farming Simulator 25. And as a Giants partner of quite a few years now, it's very disappointing for me to say that I'm actually not enjoying playing the game this current cycle, because of various issues and bugs that are in the game. I appreciate that Giants are working hard to fix those with their small team that Giants have. And we have had 2 updates in recent weeks. We've had the 1.3 update, we've had the 1.4 update. But the bit that obviously I'm disappointed about is I'm in, obviously, the Giants partner program. I'm in their partner Discord program. I'm reporting bugs and issues in that. And I get told by, obviously, Giants employees, you need to go and submit it as an actual, like, bug report. Submit it as a, like, feedback via the feedback site. Oh, create a ticket and submit it. And I've been doing that since release. But the annoying thing is, all the tickets that I've created since this game came out have not yet been read, not yet been acknowledged, and I've had no one respond to them. So it's very off-putting for me, and this is me as a Giants bot, someone who's trying to actually like promote the game to people and trying to sell people that this is a good game that you should buy, you should invest your time in, you should be playing. If you haven't yet upgraded from the previous Farm Sim game, you should be upgrading. It's very difficult for me to do that when I'm seeing so many bad things at the moment. And like I say, I've had to just not play the game for 2 weeks. I've had to take a break from it because I was just like, I'm not very inspired. Like I say, I know there's some good mod maps coming out soon, which hopefully will definitely get us into the game. I know there's a good UK map coming out soon for us UK folks, and I know there's a lot of talented modders working on some really good stuff for the minute. I know Black Dragon's hard at work doing his production system. I know another couple of mod authors who are working on some mods, but I also know from speaking to these modders how frustrated they are because one mod author submitted their mod, they made their mod, submitted it to Giants testing for the mod hub. It took 2 weeks to go through testing, to get into testing, and then Giants basically rejected the mod because, oh, it doesn't work with our new update. And like the mod author says, how is he supposed to know that? He doesn't know when Giants are going to update the game. He doesn't know what Giants are changing in their game or what they're going to break. So for him to have a mod sitting in the testing queue for 2 weeks and then it just gets rejected to him with a, oh yeah, it's not going, this mod isn't going to work with our new update. You're going to have to fix it when the update comes out and resubmit it. It's kind of bad, you know. I can understand him being a little bit annoyed and a little bit angry based on that. But yeah, look at these textures. It takes so long for the textures to change here in multiplayer. In single player, not a problem. And it's one of the reasons why I've kind of been playing, like I say, since this game came out, I've actually been playing more single player than multiplayer because I'm just not vibing with the multiplayer because of issues. And one of the other issues we've had with multiplayer as well is like contracts. The contract system in multiplayer just seems really fucking broken. Okay, more broken than single player for people who have contract issues in single player. Okay, the number of times now in multiplayer we've done like harvest contracts, and it's not tracked the harvesting progress of the field, so we harvest the whole field and the contract is 20% complete because all it's measured and detected is what we've delivered. Okay. So that's annoying. Or the other issue we seem to run into all the time here in multiplayer, when we get a harvest contract, let's have a look. Where is the contracts? Here they are. Harvesting. So grain towers, okay. Grain river silo, canning selling station, the canning factory. Okay, yeah, that's probably okay. Grain barge terminal, yeah, that's probably okay. Farmers market. That could be an interesting one. Let's have a check. Okay, so farmers market on this map is okay. Grain barges are okay. River silo, yep. Grain towers, yep. Yep, grain towers is okay. But the problem we've run into a lot in multiplayer, and I must admit, we do have a mod for contracts, and maybe the mod I'm using of contracts has actually fixed this issue. Potentially. But one of the things we have noticed somewhat. There we go, there's a good example. The warehouse. Can you see that little icon next to the warehouse, which looks like 3 pallets? That indicates that that sell point only accepts pallets. Okay? All you can unload there and sell there and tip there is pallets. You can't tip normal trailers full of loose material. Okay? You can't do that. So, what has been happening, or what's been happening to us in multiplayer, is a lot of our harvest contracts for wheat, barley, potatoes, sugar beets, parsnips, carrot, whatever, they've all been going to sell points on this map, or the Asian map. We was playing on Yutan Pantai, and on that map, every single harvest contract was going to a sell point that only accepted pallets. And obviously you can't unload. The contract gives you a normal trailer, like the kipper, gives you a kipper trailer, and a tractor, and a harvester, and it's like, well, okay, how am I supposed to actually deliver your material? Because I can't unload a trailer in a pallet-only sell point. And the contract doesn't give you any equipment for making pallets, you know? So yeah, we as players were like, oh, this is just so frustrating. So annoying. We're fed up of this, you know. And that's basically why we've not played as much. But then, obviously, Stevie's released this map this weekend. I downloaded it, put it on the server. We played it last night, and we absolutely love it. We love it. I mean, I actually preferred the Riverbend map, the Giants Riverbend map, over Pantai and over Zilonka. Out of the 3 maps that are available in the base game, the Riverbend Springs map was my favourite, and it's the one I've spent the most time playing on. But I was still not very happy with it, and not very... It was very difficult for me to do my Let's Play type content on that map. Whereas I think this map, this version of the map is much better. And I'm just, like I say, just more excited to play now, because, like I say, the farm is better. Everything you kind of want as a farmer is here. It's built in. Good starting farm. I know there are people that like to do the start from scratch, farm manager, build and design your own farm and everything, but that obviously takes time, takes a lot of money in game. And in multiplayer, there's people who, you know, obviously spend all day long working. They just want to jump on the game in an evening for a couple of hours, have a bit of a fun, have a chat with their mates, have a bit of a laugh, you know. And I felt the 2 starting maps kind of made that difficult to do, because you started with so little. And then obviously with the way the contract system has changed in this year's game, and the fact that payments for contracting is so small, the game feels really, really grindy. The game feels like a real grind to make progress, to be able to expand, to be able to build things, you know. It's a much longer process now in the game, I think. And for me, like I say, when I'm, you know, I don't mind in my Let's Play stuff having, you know, like a journey, a proper actual, like, yeah, this is a long journey. Because obviously I don't just short Let's Plays in my Let's Play content. For people who have watched my Let's Play series, I don't tend to do short videos. You know, short series, should I say, not short videos. You know, every Let's Play is going to be, you know, 50 to 100 episodes long. So we obviously we can afford to start with nothing and build up, because it's going to be a long journey, a long story, and a long progression. But in multiplayer, I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to jump into game with my friends and just do some farming whilst we're chatting over voice chat, you know. You know, talk about our days, talk about what we've been up to, what our plans are for the, you know, weekend, what we're doing for Christmas, things like that, you know. We just want to just chill out, you know. We've done our day jobs. We've all done our day jobs during the day. In the evening, we just want to have fun. And unfortunately, so far, Farming Simulator 25 has not been that fun. And that's my view. You know, people in the comments, I'm sure you will let me know your own thoughts and feelings on that. And I hope you will. I look forward to having a discussion with people about Farming Simulator 25. I love to talk about the game. And obviously the series. And I appreciate people's feedback, because I can take that feedback and go directly to Giants and talk to the people at Giants, being in the partner program, and maybe I can get your thoughts and feelings on the game put right in front of them, because obviously Giants aren't reading everything. They're not everywhere. They're not seeing all the posts, all the comments on all the different pages and channels and all the different things. They don't have time. They're such a small team of people. They don't have time to do that. Whereas at least as partners, we do have that ability to get things under their noses, in front of them. But yeah, it's nice to have a good map again. And like I say, my plan this week, on this lovely Monday, starting here on Monday, my plan this week is I'm going to actually spend a few days this week recording some videos on this map for the YouTube channel, for you guys, where I'm going to be playing and farming almost as if this was single player. And then obviously Wednesday evening, Friday evening, Sunday evening, I'll be doing me live streams where I'll be joined by my fellow players, and we'll be doing our multiplayer farming. But right now, I think, for me, and Farming Simulator 25, I'm going to be playing this map, the Riverbend Springs edit by Stevie. A link to the map I'll put in the description. I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can get the download for it. You can watch Stevie's video for it here on YouTube, and the link for the download is in Stevie's video description. And you guys might prefer to play this map too. Whilst we wait for other maps to appear. Now, again, I can't say for 100% definite that the map is going to be completely free of issues. Because obviously it's Stevie's first map for Farming Simulator 25, and we've only played on it for one evening. And we've only done the fields that are around the farm. But so far everything's working okay. Obviously, things like the animals and stuff, we've not got into the animal system yet. I haven't done that in single player really, so I don't know if there's going to be any issues. I think and again, the animals all seem on this map seem to all be standard. So standard food, no special fancy food recipes or anything, even though I did provide Stevie with the XML files if he wanted to use them to customise and make his own animal production product rates and change things and stuff. But he's kept it vanilla, he's kept it base game, he's not messed around with any of that stuff. So the animals are all as they are in the base game. Their food is as it is in the base game. The only thing I am slightly aware of is there seems to be an issue at the moment with manure heaps, and I don't think it's something that Stevie and mod makers can fix at the minute. where there seems to be a bit of a disconnect between animal pens and manure heaps. I think that's a Giants issue. That's something Giants have to address in a patch or an update, because from what I understand, what is happening is that the game's using some kind of new ID system for when objects are placed on a map. When games are getting created, the IDs that it gives to buildings and stuff like that, it's a bit different this year, and therefore it seems like the manure heaps, when they're getting placed and generated, they're being given like the IDs are not fixed. So basically the animal pens can't find them. Your cow pen and your sheep pens can't find the manure heap, so players are saying we're not getting any manure, and it's because, yeah, there's no way at the moment for the modders and that and the map authors to be able to connect them and say, look, this is fixed. And I think even if you were to sell off like the manure pen, sell off the manure pens heaps and place your own and replace your own, I still don't think it works. I think there's an issue in the game with that, like I say, Giants need to address. So when once we start putting food into our cow pens and our pig pens, and we start having our animals producing, because at the minute our animals on this map are not productive. They're at 0 production because we've not given them anything yet. When the animals are in that mode, in that stage where they are making stuff, we will probably find they do not give us manure. Which is a little bit disappointing if you want to do manure spreading. But thankfully we do have a backup in that Stevie provides a standalone machine, much like the ones for doing the animal food and stuff. He provides us a machine that can make manure. We can put the materials into it that we do have available: slurry, digestate, straw, things like that, and we can get our own manure, if you like. A manure substitute, which we can then use for manure spreading. And in our fertiliser production, which requires manure, if we want to make solid fertiliser, produce our own solid fertiliser. But yeah, it's a good, nice little map, and like I say, I'm really enjoying playing on this, because like I say, out of the Giants maps, the Riverbend Springs is the one that I've enjoyed playing the most myself in single player. It's the one I've had the least issues with compared to the Asian map, and it's the one that just encouraged looking at the map in the PDA, seeing all these fields. It's the one that encourages me as a farmer to want to get into the game and play it and farm it. You know, whereas I felt like Hutan Pantai is not really a great farming map. Obviously, if you're doing your rice and stuff and doing the new crops that Giants added to the game, it's probably the right map for that. But I think for the long term, die-hard farm sim fans who have played the game for many years, many games now, the Asian map really felt very lacking, very empty. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Stevie's for doing this and bringing this map out, which will give us something to play for a while until we start getting more of the original and unique maps from the FS community. Like I say, I'm looking forward to the Calmston Farm re-release when Oxygen David bring Calmston Farm out for FS25. I'm looking forward to that because that's a cracking UK map. And obviously I did a great Let's Play series on that in FS22. I also know the Diddley Squat Farm map will be coming as well soon for all the fans of Clarkson's Farm. And I also know Cavalier Roy is bringing some of his maps from FS22 over. I've already seen previews of Riverbend. Is it not Riverbend? Riverview. I think it's his Riverview map, which again I did a Let's Play of in FS22. But again, it's a nice sort of UK European map. And again, he's doing some work on that to improve it and make it better. Having obviously got a lot of feedback on the map in FS22, making it better for players by, again, adding more to it. I would like to see Cavalier Roy bring his like Four Corners map as well to FS25, the 4X map, where he basically put all 4 of his single player maps together into one big 4X map. I would love to see that come to FS25 because I didn't play that in FS22 because I'd played all his maps individually. I didn't really fancy playing a 4X map where they were just combined into one and all linked together. But in FS25, I'd be very happy to give that a go. That's something new. And obviously a 4X map. To get a 4X map early in FS25 would be fantastic. Again, for people that want lots of farming. Lots of fields to work and lots of equipment to own and operate. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. And like I say, this is my multiplayer server. It is available 24/7. We do have slots available for players if they wish to come and join us. Like I say, we play typically on a Wednesday evening from 6 PM UK time, Friday evenings from 6 PM UK time, and Sunday evenings 6 PM UK time. We all get on, and like I say, I live stream those sessions, so you're part of the streams, you're part of the story, you're part of the gameplay. We're all on voice chat, so we're all talking and hanging out and having a laugh. It's good fun. Good fun sessions in multiplayer. And like I say, people, and I operate a pretty open, I operate an open multiplayer server. Players can do what they want, you know. As long as we're all members of the same farm, we're all part of the same farm. So we're all collectively collaborating, you know. Why am I not seeing the farm menu? There we are. I wondered where it had gone. But yeah, we're all on the same farm. Players can do what they want. Like I say, if a field needs seeding, you know, you can go and seed it and you can seed what you want on it. I'm not going to tell people, I don't tell people what to do. You know, I appreciate most people are able to look at the map screen, look at a field and realise, oh, this field needs something seeding on it. This field needs something seeding on it. And then players can think, right, what do I fancy seeding? What would I like to harvest later in the year? And they can, you know, seed what they want. And obviously, as we expand fields, that applies more so. Same way if people want to do contracts. If somebody wants to log in and go, oh, I just fancy doing some contracts. Again, you're welcome to do that. As long as you're having fun, that's the most important thing for me on a multiplayer server. All the players are just having fun, having a good time, you know? And everybody's getting along and being sociable. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more seedage. I'm going to do some oats. Do I want to do oats? Yeah, I can do some oats, I think, over on this field. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, ladies and gents. And had enjoyed this look at as I say, my Riverbend edit, the Stevie Riverbend edit. Like I say, download link will be in the video description, ladies and gents. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please go ahead, make sure you click that like button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider dropping a subscribe. That really helps me out. Again, I look forward to reading comments and feedback and your own experiences with the game, so feel free to drop those below the video. And yeah, I will see you very soon with some more Farm Sim content. But for now, from me, take care of yourselves, ladies and gents. Stay safe. Goodbye.